What up, everybody? Vince here. Have you ever wanted to play a game that you just slowly lose your mind manufacturing in real life and actually doing it in a game as well too? Well, this is Satisfactory. This is a great game if you want to lose your mind in the monotony and the logistical complications of production management. Anyway, um, as of last stream we are continuing on with this map. This is the intermediate level one. And so far, only thing we have is our main base right there. We have a limestone, a copper, and a iron mill. And that is literally all we have. Oh, plus we also have the sky elevator too. Anyway, we're going to see how far we can get into it today. We logged in and we already have our very first problem. We have no fuel, no biofuel at least, to manufacture anything. I just threw some grass in there just to get it to start running, but we have to go out and start collecting. We are going to turn this planet into a barren wasteland of pollution. I can't wait to see how drastically we change this. I just can't wait to see how bad we terraform it. Okay, so after spending about 5 or 10 minutes collecting just nothing but leaves and branches and flowers and everything else, I'm not going to bore with you all the monotonous stuff of turning everything to biomass and then solid biofuel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera, and I'm gonna jump into the whatever we have on next on the plate. All right, so first things first, what I really want to do, since I already went ahead and made the biofuel, the solid biofuel, I'm throwing a lot of the scrap in there just to burn that because those leaves burn that fast. Some of the biomass, on the other hand, burns, but slower, and the solid biofuel burns a lot better. So I'm burning flower petals in this one right now too. But this right here is our awesome sink. Whatever we don't want, whatever scrap, we just put in there, and it gives us points. And the points will give us coupons, and we use the coupons to go to a store that I placed way over there, right next to the bees for some reason, which I might end up moving that closer over here. But well, you can use those coupons to buy patterns. We can buy recipes. We can buy materials and stuff like that. So, right now I have it feeding in the overflow from this line. So whatever this line cannot produce, that I'm not going to do manually, I'm having it overflow into this one just to give us some spare residual points for other stuff. But first thing I want to do, okay, I need rods first. The first thing I want to do is we are going to get some rods here, and we are going to make a storage container for it because we're going to need extra storage on it. That way it's always easier to walk over, put something in, it'll automatically cycle in there and get rid of whatever we don't want. Yeah, right there. And then last thing, conveyor belt it. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, this stopped putting out because we ran out of fuel again. So now we're down to biomass fuel, solid biofuel. So that burns a lot slower. Now this thing really should be cranking up. Yep. And we have all of it going into there. Whenever this gets done, I'm going to cycle through this thing so we can have some stockpile. All right, so we got to start working on some quests and some missions and stuff like that. So right now we have to make 50 smart plates. But in order to make a smart plate, we cannot craft that by hand. We have to have machinery to craft a smart plate, which means we are going to expand our footprint a little bit more. We're going to move outward a little bit and have a nice assembly area in this big, wide open desert. Also, if y'all didn't see, I got me some more storage containers. I put 2 more up on top, stacked them up. Eventually, we'll put a splitter in, and we'll have this automatically sort screws on the bottom, plates, and then rods. So if we need any devices or any equipment, we can just come over and grab it out of there, or we can conveyor belt it out of itself. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and start working on this. Whew, there is our assembler. Next thing we have to do, hook up conveyor. Actually, crap. So this one, in order to make the smart plating, we have to have rotors. So we have to make the rotors there, which requires rods and screws. So we're going to select that, the rotor, rods, and screws. We just have, oops, wrong button. We just have to hook up, and I don't have any materials. Right, here we go. We just have to hook up here. So we have to have rods and screws. So the bottom one is screws. We know that. Oh, never mind. Rods are coming out. Okay, so I was thinking about this, and yeah, so it's rods and screws only. that go in here, and sometimes it will pull non-rods and screws out of this container there. So this top one up here, where's that? This one? That's plates. That's rods. I'm gonna go to the plate one, take all of them out, put all the screws in the very top one, and do a double conveyor belt out of each one. There, put the screws in there. All right. Now, conveyor belt there to that one, and conveyor belt that one to there. Perfect. Now we should see nothing but rods and screws coming down out of this. Let's see. And we have screws on there, and we have rods right there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. We just have to grab it out of the first one and then move them up to whichever one we have to move it to. All right, so we have a problem. Conveyor belt set up. All I did is put a merger there, so whatever it makes puts back in the system, gets stored in the bottom one, so we can just take them out as we need them and separate them out as we need to as well. But our problem right now is electricity. We don't have enough power poles over here, and in order to build one, I don't have materials. So I need to go make wire, and I need to go collect some of the concrete out of our limestone mill. All right, so we have everything we need to. I guess not. While I was up here looking at the copper cables, copper wire, I know for a fact we're gonna need cables. So I'm gonna do something a little drastic here. I'm gonna delete this, delete the conveyor belt. We are going to do a little extension on this area. We are going to add a constructor right here. Okay. Now, what the constructor is going to do is going to turn copper wire into cables. Right there. That goes in there. We're going to hook... Shit, I fell off the cliff almost. Hook up the power. There we go. We got to set our objective. We want to make cables. Good job. Now the storage container we just got rid of, we need to put it back. All right, this is going to look like a mess, but this little area, we have copper mining the copper, then it's going into the smelter, making the bars. The bars go in here, make it into cable. I'm sorry, wire. So copper wire. The copper wire goes in the splitter. So, oh no, where'd it go? Oh, I didn't add that part yet. Okay, so the bottom one is a splitter. The splitter will split, it will put one input and make it multiple outputs. The top one is a merger, where it has multiple inputs going into one single output. So the wires go into there, turn into cable. Cable comes around, goes in the merger. All I have to do is branch this one. Oh, this is going to be ugly. Because I'm going to have to find out a way on how to zoom this around by itself. Oh, no. All right, obviously you can see from what I've tried to do for the last 10, 15 minutes that I could not do, you can stack the splitters and mergers on top of each other high. I was trying to do that to save the floor space, but the conveyor belts did not want to bend and move in the way that I wanted them to do it. So what I have doing that now instead is that wires here get turned into cables, and I also want to keep the wires themselves. So here, I'll throw in a couple extra wires just so you can see it moving around the process too. So wires come in here, then it gets split into two different directions. Direction one here, wire gets turned into cables, comes back around into this merger. So the wire and cable both get merged together on this conveyor belt, and then they get joined into this storage container. What I could make it do is I could actually have two of them on top of each other. Just have this and the one splitter. The splitter output goes straight into this one, and then the cable conveyor belt around it go into that one, so they're separated. But I don't really see a need for that right now. I will here in a little while, though, later on in the game. But now, since that's done, we have everything we need. We can build an assembler. This right here, when I have two more reinforced steel plates. So now we are making rotors. You can see them spitting out, turning, and going up this weird wonky conveyor belt, going into the merger with everything else in this line, going over here for storage. So you got a couple rotors. What else is coming through? Anything else running? We got power. No, we don't have power. Oh, did I trip the breaker? I think I tripped the breaker. That's the thing with this game too. You gotta be careful about overloading your power circuit. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we overloaded the power circuit. Um, Here, let me turn the miner off. Just in the meantime, and we will reset the breaker here because we're gonna have to build another power cell. Nope. Yeah, we're hitting. Um, our max capacity that we're allowed to do right now is 30 megawatts, but the whole line running is 40 megawatts at least. So we're over. So we're gonna have to build a new power station. Well, okay. We need a lot more power than just these two. I installed our second power generator here. Right now, we are producing 60 megawatts. The line running without the assembler going at all. Yeah, with the assembler is the only thing turned off. Without that, we're at 55. So we have 5 megawatts to play with, and the assembler here takes takes 15, so we're 10 over. So we're gonna have to add a third one. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain, fun pain. Okay. So all 25 minutes of collecting biomass fuel, I've used up running 3 generators to run this line now. Yeah. And this isn't even on. Turn it on. Did we trip everything out? It's staying. So right now we are producing 90 megawatts and we're using 70. So what I can do to save our biomass fuel, oh no, I can't. I can't actually adjust it. Okay, later on in the game we will actually we'll unlock the adjustment. We can actually power it up and power it down as need be to save fuel to save our fuel. Anyway, I'm gonna top these off real fast. You know, sometimes I'm an idiot. I was looking at this as these 3 generators right there. What I did not notice, the 4th one over here. So now we have 120 megawatt power. We didn't really need to buy that 4th one, but it is good we did because we are going to need it here in a little while. Once I start expanding this line a lot further, we are definitely going to need it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make enough of those. See, we have on top right, we have 50 smart plates. They requires 1 rotor each, so we need at least 50 rotors. And we have 22. I'm gonna go up here. Oh no, the conveyor belt's in my way. I was afraid of that. I was afraid of some of the clipping and everything. That's the rod standard, yeah, right there. So we'll put the rods in that one. Screws are already full. And we're gonna leave this bottom one, the plates. Yep. I'm just gonna move things around, make sure everything's going good, make sure everything's running, and we will see here in a little while. All right, so I was looking at something here, and I know biomass fuel is a really problematic thing to get until we get the coal going, the coal plant. So I want to conserve as much power as we possibly can. So I was looking at balancing the line. This is where the game gets really interesting, really intriguing too. So we cannot adjust the production rate. It is to set 4 rotors a minute. We're using 5 iron rods and 100 screws per minute, right? Well, if we go down here to the screw station, are we making 100 screws a minute? No, we're only making 40. So later on in the game, we can adjust the speed and drop the usage down to 40 so we're not overpowering the machine to just let it sit there and idle for too long. But right now, we're not able to until we research and unlock it. But that is something I'm definitely going to be diving into and sticking strict with. All right, so we have finished our production line for our smart plates. So let's go ahead and turn this in for the quest, and we're going to see... oh, no, we actually have to go down there. I forgot. So the phase milestones for the sky elevator, you actually have to go to the sky elevator to turn them in. Everything else, you turn in at the hub back here. Yeah, other than that, we've deforested a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that we have taken out. I just hope that we still have something. Let's seal this up. and send it off. I like seeing this. I like looking at the elevator go up there. Oh shit. Trees in the way. There it goes. Up to space. Woohoo. So we have another objective now. So we have phase 2 to complete, which is instead of 50 of those smart plates, now we have to make 500. There's going to be quite a few more. Plus, we have to make 500 in reinforced brackets, 500 advanced wiring harnesses, I believe. And also, what is our next sub-objectives? Here. So we can unlock coal power. Yeah, coal power, which is going to be very helpful with our electric usage. Vehicle transportation, which I've not figured this out yet. I have another playthrough, and I've been working on that, but I still don't understand how to use the trucks on there. We use steel stuff now. Yeah, the versatile framework, we have to make 500 of those. And melee combat. Oh, the Xenobasher. That's that sword. That's awesome. Plus, we also have a whole nother tier right there to do. So we're gonna start off and do the coal first. We're gonna have to do reinforced iron plates, rotors, and cable, which we should have all that already. We should. All right, so we have completed the 150 reinforced plates and the 300 cables. The cables were already making off in the background up there. That was already done. The reinforced plates, I just handed those because I'm leaving this machine on the rotors because we're going to need 50 rotors for this first coal power plant to unlock it, as well as we're going to need 500 of these rotors for the next phase objective. Build the smart plates. So I'm going to go ahead and build 550. I might do a little extra just in case if there's another thing. I'll take a look at the mission board over there and I'll see anything else does take those rotors, and I'll just kind of bulk stockpile them all up so I don't keep having to change those lines around. Anyway, I made another couple changes. Before the screws went to here, this merger there, and the rods went to the merger there, and everything went down there, and I was just picking them all out of that bottom storage and separating them out to the top two. Well, my changes I did is, so I was pulling the screws and the rods out of there, and this right here now is all just gonna be plates. I added separate inputs there. It's a 3-tiered system. So what I did is we still need that one, but we don't need this merger anymore anyway. So now the screws are going straight up there, straight to the storage unit, and the rods are going straight to the storage unit. We still need that splitter there on the rods because it still has to go to the screws. But this merger below, we don't need it anymore. Not unless we're going to add something else to the system that we're going to need it. But other than that, I'm thinking about removing it. Anyway, 500 of these is a lot to do, especially since they're only making them 4 per minute. So I'm definitely not going to play this whole thing out. This is definitely going to be a time cut because this is going to be hours and hours. But this game is still worth it, though. Well, I think I'm going to take that as a sign that I need to stop for the night because, I just recorded about 20 minutes of video of walkthroughs. I'm going to edit down, but it turns out the Streamlabs OBS messed up and glitched out, and it says it was recording and it never recorded the video. So I'm going to end the video here tonight. Unfortunately, I did miss me turning in the quest right here. We did get the tier 3. We did complete tier 2. We unlocked the coal plant, and we unlocked scannable coal. But the coal scan is way the hell over here in the black zone, which is like 1.5 kilometers away. And it's going to take me a hot minute to get there. And it's somewhere over there in the distance. So I'm going to be working at this next milestone here for... I cannot talk right now. Oh my God. I cannot talk. This one here. So we already unlocked the coal plant. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to probably do this one here, which is more unlocks, but this is going to unlock steel pipes, the framework, which we need for the next milestone, or the next space elevator, steel ingots, and we're also going to unlock a foundry as well too. So I'm going to be working at this. I'm going to be crafting some of these devices, and we're still going strong. I've still been collecting a lot of stuff, especially biofuel. But because we've been having issues like this, no power. We've been having power drops a lot. Just because we've run out of fuel. We just run out of it so fast. It's hard to keep these machines fueled up. But they're all on. They still all have fuel. But we keep tripping out. I don't understand why. But, oh, maybe it's this one. This one here doesn't have any fuel. Well, that let us run. We only have 60. Something's out. Oh, this one's off. That one's off. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn this one off. Yeah, there. We have enough now. Yep. So now we're going to keep running. I just didn't realize I turned certain ones off and not. Anyway, we're going to keep making these. Going to keep making these rotors that are going to be coming out here. Whenever this one does come. Any second. Yeah, right there. A beautiful rotor. We got our line all set up proper now. Everything's isolated, going off into his own storage units and everything. It's just going to be a hell of a build. We're going to have to make about 850 to 1,000 rotors for the milestone and the next elevator. So I'm going to let this run, and I'm going to let this keep building the rotors. Anyway, I'll see you all next time, and yeah, don't forget to hit that like button.